Do your friends have your best interest? I was always told growing up, you should surround yourself with the people you want to become. Say if you don't want to be gamers, surround yourself with non-gamers. If you want to be an athlete, you surround yourself with athletes. The point is to just have people motivate you, give you competition, give you a reason, a force to fight against, and then you will keep developing yourself so you can be a culmination of something that you want to be. But does this method really work? Yeah, it does. Generally, it works. You do get influenced by the people around you. It's not a shocker. If you're around investment bankers, you're gonna learn more about investment banking. If you're gonna be around chemists, you're gonna learn more about chemistry. If you're around doctors, you'll learn more about medical science. It's pretty common sense. It's pretty fair. But some people, they like to have the idea that, oh, I am unique. It doesn't matter if my friends are drug addicts, lazy, sweaty people. I am a unique person and I will not be influenced by their negativity. I will keep these friends and I'll be fine. But the truth is, a lot of people fantasize about this and they get influenced just like anyone else. As a matter of fact, they're probably worse than your common person. They are steeped in their own feces because they're so deluded to think that they are a cut above the rest and they cannot be influenced by anyone. And because they're unique, it's a good thing. Being unique is not always a good thing. Like a psychopath, that is a unique situation, but it's not really a good thing sometimes. Now, you surround yourself, here's an example of why you want to surround yourself with people you want to be. Say if you surround yourself with people that you don't want to be, you have a bunch of friends. They're all druggies. They all are addicted to drugs. And you don't do drugs, but your chances of doing drugs increases because your friends will be doing it. It will be readily available to you at almost any time when you're around them because they are doing it, and you're most likely gonna have a big chance of doing it just because it is gonna be available to you, and they're gonna keep selling you the idea that drugs is good for you, try it out, it'll be great. And they will smile, they will laugh, they'll think they're giving you a good time. You're probably gonna have a good time, but then for some people that has a addictive personality that never done drugs before, this can screw them forever. And you know what, when they are addicted to drugs, your friends are probably not gonna go out of their way to stop you. They probably just go like, oh shoot, you got addicted, oops, oh well, back to my own problems and trials and tribulations, not my problem. And you know what, there are some rare cases where you can have lazy friends but still be successful. This is a relatively rare case where you're surrounded by filth but you are very clean. It's very rare. Kudos to anyone that can pull it off, that can always surround themselves in like the worst friends possible and still be very, very happy in life. It's very rare. I've never seen it before. I think never. Or like at least they limit the amount of time they spend with these friends. But I don't think it's ideal to completely abandoning your friends totally, because after all, it is a long friendship and I'm sure you shared a lot of happy memories, and it's nice to look at them so you can reminisce the happy days. It's not a bad thing to look back in the past, so just because you can learn from experience. A lot of people say, oh, forget about the past. No, you should remember the past because you could learn. People say history is useless. Well, we learn it so we don't repeat it. Typically, people that repeat it, they're just not learning history, and well, those people are generally pretty dumb and you should probably not really interact with them. Because if they don't learn from their past mistakes, then they probably don't care about anyone else but themselves. But I think it's ideal to separate your bad influence friends from your professional and maybe some of your personal life. That I think is plausible, just because you cannot share a lot of things with bad influence. It's just most likely something bad gonna happen to you personally, and when it does, they are not gonna take responsibility, as it is not their responsibility. As an adult, it is your responsibility to take care of your own problems and not blame your bad influence friend. It is your decision to stay with them or to let them be involved with anything personal in your life. it is sad that to see people leave a bunch of their fun friends behind, but you had your fun when you were young. You cannot just spend the rest of your life skateboarding, smoking pot, playing video games. It's just not feasible. You see, when you become adult, let's say you just want to go to the next stage of life. You have a wife, you have kids. Assuming that you want those kinds of things, there's really not much time to play video games. I don't know many adults that has the free time, like many good parents that have the free time to play video games and still take care of their children. I mean, I know some that goes on fishing like every weekend. I don't know how they even have the free time to do that, but I mean, if you could, fuck it, go for it. But then generally, I just don't know any parents that have any free time for themselves if they are good parents. But it's time to drop it when you have that self-discipline. I mean, if you have that self-discipline to have fun and also go straight back to work when you're needed to, I mean, that's pretty awesome. I don't know that many people that can actually pull that off, to just be around their bad influence friends and also leave early and go back to their personal lives. That's a very rare trait, and typically people that has that trait, they have good friends and they also have a very happy life. And let's just say if you have a friend that ever does leave all you guys behind, can't really be mad at them, maybe because they just don't have that self-discipline, or they know that they will not be able to develop that self-discipline to have friends and also move on to the next stage of life, because in reality no one's gonna care about this friend. Very rare that you will have friends that care about your personal life. None of my friends, well, as far as I know, or as far as I see, they never done much to help me with my personal life. It is my responsibility, and a lot of times they just want to have fun and they don't acknowledge, or they don't take into account that I have a personal life. But you gotta just keep that shit separate. And when you see people, they completely leave their friends so they can move on to the next stage in life, don't be mad at them. It's just that they have to move on, and if they don't, they will be trapped in a loop forever. And if you're an adult, you should understand that you should just let them be adults and not get in the way of the success. And if you love your friends, you should know that it is best to let them go, especially if it's for their own good. It's sad, but nothing good lasts forever.